Find the limit as x approaches 1 of the absolute value of x minus 1 divided by x minus 1. If you were to plug in 1 here, you would have a 0 in the denominator, so that's no good. We need to find another way to evaluate this limit, but there's no obvious algebraic way of evaluating this, so let's just get a sense for what this looks like. I'm going to call this f of x, this function, absolute value of x minus 1 over x minus 1. And let's just get a sense for what it looks like. How about when f of negative 1, when x is negative 1, what do we have? Well, then we have the absolute value of negative 1 minus 1, that's the absolute value of 2, divided by negative 1 minus 1, that's, the absolute value of negative 2, divided by negative 2, and that's going to be 2 over negative 2, it's going to be negative 1. How about the function when x is 0, then we have absolute value of negative 1 on top, negative 1 on the bottom, again we have negative 1. We know that at 1 we have a problem. What about at 2? So now we have the absolute value of 2 minus 1 is 1 over 2 minus 1 is 1. Now we're at positive 1. So do you see what's going on here? For everything to the left of 1, we're going to end up getting something positive up top because of the absolute value, but something negative on the bottom. And so the whole thing is going to be negative, and since it's the same thing on top and bottom, it's going to be negative 1. For everything to the right of 1, we're going to get, again, something positive up top, but we're also going to get something positive in the bottom. And since they're always going to be the same thing, we're going to get 1. So let's look at the graph. The graph kind of confirms this here. We have 1 for everything up here. This is our value of 1. And then we have negative 1. You can't see the negative, but it's there. There's a negative right there. We have a negative 1 for everything to the left of 1. So as we approach 1, well, from the left we would approach negative 1, and from the right we would approach positive 1. So I would say that the limit as x approaches 1 of the absolute value of x minus 1 divided by x minus 1 does not exist, because the left hand and the right hand limits do not equal each other. They both exist, but they don't equal each other. If instead they had asked something like the limit as x approaches 1 from the left of x minus 1 over absolute value of x minus 1 over x minus 1, well then, since we're coming in from the left, we're okay because we would be coming in over here, and we would be approaching negative 1 as we got closer to 1 from the left. So that I could safely say is negative 1. But without anything, a plus or a minus here, this limit does not exist.